The fight continues within this stanza. Please continue to track names for Grendel's mom, the definition of a remarkable man, verbs, and who they belong to, as well as Christian ideology. There will be a great number of verbs as this is an action-packed stanza. Heaved and swung in line 1520 are verbs that belong to Beowulf. Summary-wise, keep an eye out for who is winning the fight in this stanza, what Beowulf focuses on to prevent himself from losing heart, as well as who protects Beowulf. Now, please listen to this section and track the patterns I have assigned. Feel free to pause and rewind as needed.
Hero observed that swamp thing from hell, the Tarn hag, in all her terrible strength, then heaved his war sword and swung his arm. The decorated blade came down ringing and singing on her head. But he soon found his battle torch extinguished. The shining blade refused to bite. It spared her and failed the man in his need. It had gone through many hand-to-hand fights, had hewed the armour and helmets of the doomed, but here at last the fabulous powers of that heirloom failed.
While this stanza may be the shortest in this episode, it is also incredibly significant. As you read, please track pagan images and names for Beowulf. Summary-wise, be sure you understand what happens to Grendel's mom and what Beowulf's tone is towards this action. Be sure to annotate these quotes and mark them as S for summary in the margins. Now please listen to this section and track the patterns I have assigned. Feel free to pause and rewind as needed.
Then he saw a blade that boded well, a sword in her armoury, an ancient heirloom from the days of the giants, an ideal weapon, one that any warrior would envy, but so huge and heavy of itself, only Beowulf could wield it in a battle. So the shielding's hero, hard-pressed and enraged, took a firm hold of the hilt and swung the blade in an arc, a resolute blow that bit deep into her neck bone and severed it entirely, toppling the doomed house of her flesh. She fell to the floor. The sword dripped blood. The swordsman was elated.